In horror films, setting tends to play a starring role. Setting can be used to isolate characters far away from help. It can provide rooms, stairways, and cellars, with all sorts of creepy things just around the corner. Because setting is so important, horror movies often interact with real estate in interesting ways. I'm Adam Dickinson, a real estate appraiser. Here are my real estate movie recommendations for your Halloween viewing pleasure. I don't think I'm providing spoilers in these recommendations. However, I do go into some of the film details to talk about how real estate plays a role. So here's your spoiler warning. I'm going to start off with a recommendation that's less scary and more strange. I'm going to recommend Beetlejuice. This 1988 horror comedy has a character, Charles Deeds, who is a real estate developer. Beetlejuice also showcases a recurring feature in several creepy movies. If there is a house being purchased in the first act, things in that house might get a little unpleasant for its characters throughout the film. When ghosts come with the house in Beetlejuice, the new owners have to deal with these unwanted tenants. Sticking with horror comedy, I recommend 2010's Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. This self-aware film turns horror tropes around on its characters, parodying some cliches from slasher movies. Tucker and Dale follows two guys who don't look like vacation property owners at first glance. While other movies explore the perils of taking on a fixer-upper, this gory film brings the story of two buddies fixing up a cabin to violent places. The importance of knowing your neighbors becomes very evident when a group of college kids makes the wrong assumptions about the title characters. 1980's The Shining has to be on this list. Jack Nicholson's character takes on a job as the winter caretaker for a remote hotel. The practicalities of running a seasonal property don't generally show up on the big screen, thus making this an interesting real estate horror pick. The job as a property manager does not bode well for the character as he slips further into madness, leading to many iconic and often referenced horror scenes. Another movie with a large property on a hill is Crimson Peak. This 2015 gothic horror is set in a house that looks like it's having some issues. A key lesson from this movie is that inheriting a rambling country estate with a red clay mine is not likely to lead to a life of luxury and fortune. Moving from a decrepit old house in the countryside to stylish condos in Manhattan, I recommend the film American Psycho. Christian Bale plays a yuppie with a taste for the finer things, including restaurants, music, furniture, and real estate. If you want to showcase a world of conspicuous consumption, your characters are going to have to think about and talk about where they live. Lots of bloody murder takes place, which a real estate broker appears to ignore later in the film in pursuit of a sale. Another movie where purchasing a house at the start of the film doesn't bode well for the family is The Grudge. This film is no Beetlejuice. It seems a curse has taken hold of a suburban Tokyo home. After some Americans move in, the wife in the family is not loving the new accommodations. Plenty of horrible things happen to justify her discomfort. Also, early in The Grudge, a real estate agent has a particularly bad showing. Finally, the most real estate-centric of all horror movies, Drag Me to Hell. While the horrors of the mortgage industry are dealt with in serious and important films like 99 Homes and The Big Short, horror and mortgages have a far more supernatural relationship in Drag Me to Hell. When an older woman seeks some flexibility from her bank when it comes to her mortgage, none is offered. The shame of the situation leads the old lady to bring a curse down on the main character and loan officer Christine. Dealing with career consequences of giving the loan extension may have been a better choice for the character who deals with all sorts of horrific situations after the curse. Thank you very much.